What's up, YouTube? I'm here with a quick video on how to build your clientele. I'm making this video specifically for the younger barbers or the guys who just getting into the industry and they want to, learn a few tips on how to build clientele and get new customers. If anybody has any tips, any information, any knowledge that they want to drop down in the comments, man, please feel free to do so, as it helps our industry grow and it helps these younger generation of barbers grow. If you find any information that I mentioned in this video useful, man, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, as it helps my page grow and it helps me get more information out to the younger generation of barbers. And with that being said, we just gonna jump right into it, man. First and foremost, you guys, you gotta stay consistent. Like, that's the most important thing as far as building your clientele and retaining your clientele. You have to stay consistent, man, because nobody wants a barber who's never at the shop, who they have to look for, who they have to call, So you want to stay consistent as far as being at the shop. Stay consistent with your work, making sure your work is clean, making sure your work is neat, making sure you're consistent with every little thing that you do as far as being in that barbershop. What you beginner barbers need to know is that every barber that you see that has a full clientele has started where you are right now. They started where you are right now. I don't know one barber, I can't name one that started with a full clientele as soon as they start cutting. It's really impossible. So it takes time to build. Don't get discouraged because, like, man, I can't get a full day, or man, I can't get this day full. Man, on them slow days, you get out, you get you some business cards, you put your information on it, you put your social media handle, you put your phone number, you put your email, you put your booking site, whatever it is that you have, you put it on there. However they can get in contact with you, you put it on there. So when you go out on those slow days, you passing your cards out, and you can be polite, you can go approach kids, adults, whatever it may be. Hi, I'm a barber in the area. I'm looking to expand my business. If you need a new barber, I can take care of you at any time. Just call this information, call this number, or text me, or hit the email, or check my Instagram, or check my socials out. There shouldn't be a day that goes by that you are not promoting yourself. You are your number one promotion. Because barbershops today are not like the barbershops back in the day where it was a lot of walk-ins. If it's a full barbershop, you're going to get a lot of walk-ins, so it'll be easier. Somewhat easier. Because you still have to know how to cut. You still have to know how to retain your clientele. You still have to be consistent with your cuts. But on those slow days, you passing out cards, you meeting and greeting people. You making sure they see your face. So when they walk in the barbershop, oh, you the guy who gave me a card. Do you have time? Yeah, I have time. I can get you right here today. So you're there. If you're there, they can see you. If you're not there, they don't know you're there. So you have to be there. You have to be at the barbershop. If you're not at the barbershop, you should be passing out cards. If you're not passing out cards, you should be posting on your social media. If you're not posting on your social media, you should be working on your craft. And by working on your craft, I mean learning how to speak to people, learning to greet people, learning to stay consistent with your haircuts, learning different hair textures. It's a lot of learning that we do as barbers. And if you don't learn with the game is going to pass you by. When you stop learning, that's when the game is going to pass you by. You want to be consistent with everything you do in the barbershop. If you want to pass out cards every Saturday, after you get off, do it every Saturday. Not one Saturday, not two Saturdays. Do it every Saturday. If you want to pass them out after church, at the mall, at the Walmart, wherever there's people and you want to pass out cards, you pick a certain day or a certain time of that day and you do it every day. until you get the clients you hope to retain. Learning how to speak to people, which which that goes back to, learning how to make conversation with certain clients. If you have an older client, you don't want to be talking about what you did at the club 2 nights ago. You know what I'm saying? If you got, different clients, you have to speak to them differently. So you have to speak to different people in different ways. So you can't be just talking crazy in the barbershop. You have to learn how to make a decent conversation with the clients that you hope to retain. Somebody might come in and be looking for a new barber. They just moved in, they from out of town, they looking for a new barber, they leave you a nice tip. Some people leave nice tip and will not come back. Some people won't leave a tip and come every week. It's just about you retaining the people that you attract. So with that being said, you got to be consistent about everything. You got to be consistent with your conversations. You got to be listening. You can't be on your phone texting while you working. You working and learning your craft. You learning different hair textures. You learning different ways to fade, different techniques to fade, different ways to line up, different processes it takes to get a sharp lineup. Just working on your craft. That's a part of the game. And like I said, if you don't work on your craft, the game is going to leave you behind. And with the way the new barbershop systems are set up, you might get a walk-in twice a week because everybody's taking appointments, especially if your barbershop is not as popular as other barbershops. So what you have to do is you have to create the demand for yourself. So you have to go out, you have to pass out cards, you have to talk to people, you have to meet people, you have to show your work, you have to get in that shop, and you have to put in work every day. Whether it's one person or 10 people, you got to put in work every day. You can't just get by sitting in the barbershop waiting on a client to come. You got to go out and get it. You can't sit around and wait for somebody to come in and get their hair cut. If it's your little cousin, go get them and cut their hair for free. You learning. If it's your little brother, cut his hair. Ask people, man, do you need a haircut? Man, I'm a barber. I'm starting out. I know a lot of people that took a chance with me when I first started out. Yeah, I messed a few people up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I messed a few people up, but I was willing to take my lick and learn from my mistakes. And as barbers, we all make mistakes. Sometimes it might not even be a mistake. Sometimes the client just might not like the haircut. It might not be messed up on your point, from your point of view. It just might not be what they want. So you have to take that and you have to learn from it. You have to take that and learn from it. That's what being consistent is about. Staying on your game. Staying on your game. Go and get your family members, your dad, your uncle, your cousin, somebody off the street. It doesn't matter. You get them in that shop and you cut their hair. A lot of times, word of mouth just ain't good enough. Just recently, I got a few clients just off of word of mouth, and that's great because you can have your clients or your family members or whoever hair you cut, you can say, man, look, just post it on social media and tag me and share it. That's free. That don't cost them nothing. Just ask them. You can't be afraid to ask them. You gotta, man, why don't you post a cut for me and tag me in it? And you share it. And you do that every day. You do that to each client. You ask them. If you refer a client, if you refer somebody, I give you $10 off the next one, or I give you $5 off the next one. Or if you refer 3 clients or 2 clients, I give you a free one next time you come. It's just different things that you can do to help build yourself. But you have to do it on a consistent basis where people know you, or they know your name, or they hear your name all the time. That's what consistent is being about. That's how you build your clientele. Building clientele is not going to happen with you sitting in the shop watching videos or twiddling your fingers, or just brushing your clippers off. Yeah, you got to do all that, but you got to be working toward something greater than just sitting there looking in the barbershop. If you're not doing nothing in the barbershop and there's other barbers in there, ask questions. Ask them how they got this taper to look so blurry, or ask them how they got the lineup to look so sharp, or ask them what guard did they use to create a certain level on the haircut. Asking questions, learning, honing your craft, sharpening your skills. You get better by being around other barbers that does different things. So you can learn different things and not just be set in that one way of doing things. Building clientele, it comes with a lot, but it doesn't come with enough to where you can't do it. So you have to get out. You have to pass out those cards. You have to stay consistent with your work. You got to do it for yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Especially being a beginner barber. A lot of people like, oh, I don't want to take a chance on him. He's going to mess me up. Even though you might not mess him up. They just don't want to take that chance. So you got to put it in their head to come check you out. You got to convince them to come check you out. And you got to convince them to stay. You have to retain them. So, that's just a few things that I've learned along the way. So staying consistent, pushing your social media, getting out, passing cards, staying consistent with your work, just pressing forward and trying to build a great career for yourself. If any of you guys have any tips and tricks, like I said, drop them down in the comments. If any of this information was useful, man, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. I don't care if the information is negative to me because I'm bringing the information, or what. Just say it. Put it down in the comments. We're trying to help as many young barbers as we can. We're trying to help as many newcomers as we can. Just trying to help build the game. A lot of guys see the game is saturated, but I don't believe that. We need more of us. So we just passing on information to the younger guys, man. I appreciate y'all for checking out the video. And if you're new to the channel, man, please subscribe. We out.